There's so much bullshit about this, the rich get richer because it's all rigged. The rich get richer because they have their own education. The upper middle class never has an issue with the education system, ever. That's always the group that says it's fine. I got aunts and uncles and they're all either upper middle class or rich, and they never had an issue with the education system. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, it's the parents' responsibility. But they were never in a position where they were so strained financially and so broken financially that they couldn't be with their kids. Like mentally, they didn't have the attention to be with their kids because their attention was on the money, the relationship problems. The higher up the pyramid you go, generally speaking, the more stable the household is. So the upper middle class and the top of the pyramid, funny enough, they're the ones that make the decision on the education system. They never have an issue with the education system. You go bring up, like, yeah, school should be teaching about finances and investing and financial IQ in the sense of, like, you know, how to make money and sales, and we should be teaching kids how to study, like how to learn, how to read, not just, you know, read this, pass this test, but actually how to study. All the upper class and the upper pyramid says, well, that's the family's responsibility. Well, those are the key life skills that the family can't teach because they don't know. So the rich get richer. You know, there's so much bullshit about this, the rich get richer because it's all rigged. The rich get richer because they have their own education, because the education is actually happening in the household. The education is actually happening on who's the kid being influenced by outside of school. My vision and our vision for education is take that 1% study, take all of the axioms and the basics and the ideologies that are in and amongst the 1%, most prevalent amongst the 1%, put it into a curriculum and teach it to everybody. And then let's see what happens. Like, let's see how many of the world's problems actually resolve because people have the right answers and the right preparation. When we educate people at YESA, when I have sales guys come in, the funny thing is, the guys from the lower middle class actually do better than the guys in the middle class. The guys who are like come from the bottom of the middle class, they do better than the guys from the upper middle class, because they realized that, shit, I shouldn't listen to my parents. You know, their parents aren't an opinion leader to them. They're like, fucking, my parents are broke, my parents are not healthy, my parents don't have a passionate, loving relationship, my parents don't have health. So I take guys from that lower bracket a lot of the time, and helping them get to 200K a year, 250K a year is a hell of a lot easier than it is when I get the guy from an upper middle class family, because he's got all these ideas that kind of work, you know, and they sound good, and they came from somebody sort of successful, so they have a hard time letting them go. God knows I